Hey everybody, it's JP321. We're back with another video, but before we get into that video, I just wanted to come by and remind y'all to leave a like, subscribe, share it. It helps my content get out. Other than that, enjoy the video. If y'all do enjoy the video, like I said, share, subscribe, like. Thanks for watching. Okay, either
The
way, let's get into the
Clown
video.
Prince of Crime. And today, I'm surrounded by 20 superheroes. Yeah. My claim is
Okay,
that...
hold on, give me a second because I wanted to see how that sounds. You're gonna hear the echo thing, but I just want to see how that sounds. Because if I might need to turn it up, because
The Clown Prince of Crime. And today, I'm surrounded by 20 superheroes. Yeah. My claim is that life
that is
is
pretty loud.
meaningless. Morality is a joke.
Hold on, my boy.
I am the Joker, the Clown Prince of
Yeah,
Crime.
because it's
And
loud, but I
today,
keep
I'm
pausing
surrounded
my
by
talk
20
so that I can hear
superheroes.
it. But I'm like, the whole point is to we have to get into the video because I've been yapping and I've been delaying. And that's probably why the internet started lagging. It's like, come on, man, get on.
My claim is that life is meaningless. Morality is a joke. Society is a fragile illusion. Everyone is one bad day away from becoming me.
Even if I granted that the universe
I think
doesn't
if I
care,
turn up this,
how does that lead to the conclusion that life has no meaning?
Because meaning requires something real. If
okay,
meaning
well,
is just
I'll
something
turn
you
that up.
invent, then it's no different from an imaginary friend. One person finds meaning in helping others. Another finds meaning in hurting them. On what grounds can you say one is right and the other is wrong?
Because our actions affect each other. Compassion
Okay,
builds.
see, like I get it, and I'm a bit cynical too. The whole life has meaning thing. I get it. Like what he's saying is like, well, if nothing has meaning, then what's the point in being good, or what's the point in being bad? What's the point in helping, and what's the point in hurting? I get that, but the thing is, I think I can't really say the meaning of life, but I think the way you find the meaning of life is by going through life. You have to find something you enjoy. You have to find something you like. You have to find something that gets you excited. It's it's kind of what keeps us as humans going. That like okay, so everybody always talks about the indomitable human will, right? And like movies and games and stuff like that about like somebody that's going through like basically hell and they end up coming through it because of their willpower, and usually because they have that willpower. Oh, the reason why they have that willpower is because they have a meaning. They have something to believe in. So, your meaning could be money. Your meaning could be making other people happy. Your meaning could be taking care of life, like plants or pets or anything like that. Your meaning could be whatever you find entertaining or enjoyable out of life. I think that's what the meaning of life is the wonder of what you I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the meaning just means for you to find it. Like I don't know. I think it's the chase that you got to go through in life because you're never gonna find out the meaning of life until you go through life. Whenever you're young, you could be seeing. I was telling my younger nephew this the other day too. Is like you can go through life. I mean, you could be young and you can be smart, like really smart. You can be smarter than a lot of adults. That's cool, but you don't have the experience. You don't have the wisdom. And what makes a wise man is mistakes. If you make mistakes, eventually you will learn from those mistakes and you will improve on yourself. Then you'll find things that are important to you and you would want to take care of those things. coming from a guy that has made a lot of mistakes before, I mean, yeah, definitely, it definitely helped push me into becoming a better person per se. It's like, yeah, you find meaning in other things. So whenever you couldn't find meaning before, you found meaning after. That's the important thing. But you can't find that meaning until you go through life. And if you take that life away from somebody else, you are denying them of that meaning. That's why you don't hurt. And if you help, you might assist that person into finding a meaning, a good meaning, rather than a bad meaning. It's something. I don't know. I'm
Builds
just
trust.
damn, this video's
Cruelty
gonna be
destroys
long
it.
whenever I cut it.
Kindness helps people flourish. Violence leaves suffering behind.
I don't know why
We can
I did it
observe
like that.
those consequences.
Consequences only create preferences. You prefer a world with kindness. I prefer a world without illusions. Neither preference is written into the fabric of
Yeah,
reality.
but if everything's good, then
What
it
you
isn't
consider
illusion. It's
good
just what it
is just what you prefer.
Then why do people admire courage and condemn betrayal? Why do people respect sacrifice and despise selfishness? These values appear again and again across
redheads.
cultures and history.
Because they're useful stories, nothing more. Early humans learned cooperation
I don't drink
improved
nothing but pepper.
survival. So they turned cooperation into morality. They wrapped practical behavior in noble language. That's all morality is. A survival strategy wearing a costume.
Yeah, so you're saying that
But
everybody has
why
a
are we
vision and
trying to
that's why they're being
survive in the
nice.
first place?
I don't believe that. I think a lot of
That's the
people
question
are just
I'm
nice
asking.
because they're nice.
And the comically
It
stupid
feels good
answers
to
people
do nice
give
things.
are why I
That's
love
If
how we
morality
separate
is
good
only a
people from bad people.
survival
If you're bad,
strategy,
you're
then
gonna
why
take
do people
joints being
sometimes
bad.
sacrifice
That doesn't mean you
themselves
can't
for
be
complete
good.
strangers? Why choose
Just
suffering
because you're
when
a
there's
bad
no
guy
Because
reward?
doesn't
they're
mean
still
you're a
trapped
bad
by the
guy.
story. That's the funny part. People are so conditioned by their moral myths that they'll die for them. They call it noble. I call it evidence of how powerful an illusion can
Or
become.
maybe it's evidence that there is something valuable in human nature that you're refusing to acknowledge.
Human nature? What the hell does that even mean? Humans have
See,
different
but the
natures.
thing is, good
And
can't
even if we
survive
take the
without
things that
evil. Like,
appear in
if
most
everything's good,
humans
you won't
as
know that it's
human
good. That would just be
nature,
normal.
that's just
And if
basing it
everything's
on the
evil,
majority.
you don't know
And
what good
that's
is,
it.
then evil just
Good
seems
and
normal.
bad are just a
Or like if
democratic
evil,
decision.
if one doesn't exist, the other
That's
one
the meaning of life?
There is
basically doesn't
good in
exist either.
all people. You just have to help them find it.
That's just not true.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
And
good is
saying
in
there's
all people,
good in
but I would say
everybody
that
while sitting
some
face to
people can
face
be
with
redeemed,
me
yes.
is hilarious.
That
Nice
goes
one,
for
Well,
a few
Superman.
I believe there is good even in you. We just haven't found it yet. You might believe everyone is one bad day away from becoming you, but
He
I
doesn't
believe
side
everyone
with
is one
Red
good
Skull.
day
I can tell
away
you that much.
from
He doesn't like
becoming
Red Skull
me.
because
You
Red Skull
know,
is,
that's probably true. And it proves my point. If everyone can change because of things outside their control, then the so-called good can become bad. And the so-called bad can become good.
well, yeah, but I
Order
think that's
is an
part of the free
illusion.
will thing.
And morality
Because
is just a
if you
pathetic,
are in a bad
desperate
path
way
or
to hide
That sounds to
that.
me
bad
like you're
person,
just giving
you
up.
have the free will
Because
to
you're so
change
terrified
that.
and insecure in your ability to be good and
Same
create
for
meaning
good.
and order that you
That's why I
pretend it's
understand the one
impossible.
bad
Of
day
course,
thing, but
it's
at the same
giving
time,
up.
there's a lot of people
I
that have
never
gone through terrible
pretended it's
things and they are
not.
still good people.
But giving in to chaos isn't weakness. When you're born with impossible challenges to overcome just to find good, like me, that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of rebellion, of revolution. Chaos is the only revolution.
Your life might have been
Like,
hard, but it's still not
what's his name?
impossible.
Vision
You're
said, I
just
was gonna
saying
say
that
Vulture.
to strip
Like
yourself
Vision
of
said
responsibility.
that the
It
humans think
doesn't
that chaos
fucking
and order
matter.
are two different things.
Impossible
The
or just
naivety.
really hard. Let's say we all fight and win. We create the perfect world you want, Superman.
I hate when
Then
people use the word
what?
perfect.
It still wouldn't matter.
Perfect
And
implies
we'd still have
limitations.
to fight every
Can't get better
day
than
to
perfect.
keep it.
I think there's value in that.
I don't like that.
What value does your chaos have?
Chaos is valuable because it's real. You don't have to lie and pretend to achieve it. You just have to embrace it.
Then why are you doing so much to achieve it?
Because people like you sit on top and prevent me from achieving it. It suits you for people to believe in lies. That's what lets you stay on top.
No one would benefit from chaos
I hope
more than
that's
me,
recording.
Joker. I'm literally a superhuman
that sounds
who
like
could do
it's
whatever I want if order didn't exist. Yet I restrain
You're not
myself.
restraining yourself. You are doing what you want. You just get to feel like the hero because of the power
camera's
you were
set?
born into.
No, no.
In chaos, you'd be as lost as the rest of us. Chaos is the only true equality. You watched some of the greatest minds in existence try to challenge my ideas. And after all that, not
Yeah,
one
Snoop
of them
never
could
hit
break
myself
my
all that
argument.
well, but
Yet somehow,
probably 'cause I'm,
sitting
like,
comfortably
kinda
behind
talking
your
quietly.
screen, some of you still think you can do better. Well, now...
If you're such
we're
a
not doing that.
nihilist and life is so meaningless, why are you still alive? Why not end it right now?
Because I don't need life to have meaning to enjoy it. I don't need some cosmic purpose to laugh or entertain myself. The universe is meaningless, but that doesn't mean it can't be amusing.
Then you've already
Well, yeah, but
abandoned
then
your
that's
own
finding
argument.
meaning. Your meaning
The
is
second
music.
you admit there's a reason to keep living, you've admitted there's something that matters to you. It might be your stupid,
My
crazy
dog done
jokes.
busted in the door. Come on, Jesse. Go. Can't have y'all in here. Y'all gotta be jumping all up in my face. Man. Yeah, I mean it hears me, but I'm just not that loud. And I don't know how to mess with my own audio to make it louder. Because if I do the headset thing right, that makes I think that makes the audio louder, but I don't think it makes me louder. I have no idea. And I can't really hear that well on that. Let me connect my earbud, see if I can hear. Second video of the whole recording and stuff like that. So I mean, you gotta learn. You live and you learn. You know, you get better.
But it's
Okay.
still a form of
Now I
meaning.
have
But
that.
I never said
All the
people
earbud
should
there, so I
stop
can hear
living.
myself whenever the
I said people should stop
video's going.
lying to themselves. Most people don't just enjoy life, they need life to mean something. They invent gods, destinies, moral systems, and grand narratives because they're terrified of the alternative. I'm simply honest enough to admit there is no alternative. There is no hidden purpose waiting to be discovered.
But
Yeah,
you're
but
still smuggling
I don't
value
know.
into your worldview. You say honesty is better than self-deception. Why? If nothing has value, why is truth preferable to illusion?
I don't value honesty. I embrace chaos because it's the only thing that includes everything and excludes nothing at the same time. It's the natural state of reality, the one thing everyone is trying to hide.
So you think chaos is valuable? And that's just another form of meaning, you know?
I don't think it's valuable or meaningful.
Sorry.
It's just true. So I embrace it.
Isn't that just putting value in truth, Joker? See what happens when I play your game? It never ends.
That's
I
the
mean, but
problem
yeah,
with people like
it's
you.
true. It just
You can't accept
yeah,
reality
but
unless
Joker,
you can
you're
turn it into
refusing
a
to
moral
accept
lesson.
reality as well.
I don't value chaos. I don't worship it. I simply
You don't have to
recognize
worship
it.
it
No.
to value it.
I think you're the one who can't
You're
handle
the
the
one
truth.
forcing it. You're the one
Really?
Yeah.
making it happen.
Because the second I start pulling on one thread, your whole worldview starts falling apart.
Yeah.
If you truly believe there is no meaning or value, you'd really only have two options: do nothing and fade into the background, or end your life. The fact that you've turned yourself into this charismatic, larger-than-life criminal persona is proof that you believe in
You're
something.
confusing preference with meaning.
Why does that matter?
Nah, I
Because-
think he's getting you, Joker.
Hmm,
He's getting
it's
you.
not the gotcha you think
Every
it
time
is.
I ask why, you end up pointing to something you
Your
care
child, yours, and
about.
Bruce's
Truth,
child.
freedom, authenticity,
I
reality.
mean, not Bruce, Batman.
You keep pretending you're standing outside the
Bruce
game,
Wayne has nothing to do with
but you're
this.
still playing
No.
it.
You're trying to drag me into your game.
Your game isn't any different. That's the funny part. You mock people for believing in God, justice, purpose, morality, whatever. Then you replace all of it with your own
Okay, yeah,
obsession.
the audio sounds
Chaos
good enough.
becomes your truth.
Taking that
Truth
and disconnecting
becomes your
that, 'cause
purpose.
that is very distracting. Having to
And
going off
suddenly
like that.
you're just another believer.
Maybe I am.
I could do
playing the
game
game.
playing, can't do it well.
Maybe even I couldn't escape it. But that's
watching this.
because nihilism was never about escaping meaning, Jason. And that's exactly my point.
I need to turn
All
off that
you've
AC
really
now. 'Cause
proven
it is cold now.
is that human beings are addicted to meaning. Even me. The difference is that I'm aware of it. I
So
know
that makes
my
you better
ambitions
because
don't
you're
matter.
aware,
I know
but you
none
still
of this
are
matters.
following the same path.
And yet I do it anyway. You do the same thing, except you convince yourself your obsession is somehow different. Maybe we're both chasing things that don't matter. The difference is that I've stopped pretending they do.
I don't know if I would say that.
You know, Joker, I'm here because I think I'm the living counter-argument to your ideas. You said that everybody is one bad day away from becoming you.
Oh
Well,
man, and
no
Peter
one
has
has
had
more bad
many
days
bad
than me.
days.
If
Many bad
anything,
days.
they make me want to do more good.
Yeah, right. Except for that time you had a slightly bad day and decided to brainwash the entire universe.
There's a difference between doing something wrong and becoming you. No one is free from making mistakes when faced with hardship. But that doesn't mean it will fundamentally change who they are into
Might
an
show us how
evil
to
It
person.
still proves that it works. A worse day would make you do worse things until the point of no return.
That's the problem with your theory. It can never be wrong. If someone becomes like you count it as proof.
Yeah.
If they don't, you just say they haven't suffered
You're
enough
a
yet.
scientist, Spidey. You know the truth. Sanity is just a temporary chemical imbalance. What I'm talking about is literally science.
Your problem is that you think
I
you're
don't know.
the only
the
one
person
who sees
wrote the
this
joke
stuff.
in here is, I don't know.
Newsflash, literally
The jokes are bad.
everybody has had the thoughts you're talking about at some point in their life.
I wouldn't say every joke
Probably
is,
around age 12. So stop acting like you're some kind of genius when you're
Every,
describing the existential
Joker's
crisis
joke is good.
every teenager goes through. The
Trying to think of
difference
another way to
is,
say it.
most of them weren't pathetic enough to let it turn them into a murderous
You know what?
psychopath.
That's actually a great argument. Not because it's right, but because it works. It's the system's #1 tool for keeping the illusion alive. They make waking up, seeing the bigger picture, staring into the void look cringe, look childish. And they make deceiving yourself, believing the lies look
I
like
love looking
maturity,
into space.
like
looking into the
being
void.
normal. like being an
Sometimes it
adult,
feels like something's
like
staring back.
not being a weirdo. But I break that. That's why I need to exist, because I make it look cool. People look up to me.
Make it look
I
corny
exist
sometimes.
as a symbol
Yo, suit
to
though is
show
fly.
people that you can see the truth without feeling crazy. Because you should embrace the craziness.
Rebranding weirdo mentality as something cool doesn't make it less
Rebranding
cringe.
being a slave to the system as being normal and an adult doesn't make it any less funny.
It's not
Stop with the
necessarily normal, but
conspiracy
it's
talk.
helpful to build a
Most
better
people aren't
society.
following rules because they're brainwashed. They're doing it because they care about other people. They build families, friendships, communities. They find things worth protecting. You call that slavery because you've convinced yourself that caring is weakness.
I call it slavery because they're handed a script before they can think for themselves. Work hard, be normal, chase meaning, chase purpose, chase happiness. Most of them never stop to ask why. Maybe they're better than me, but at least I know I'm playing a game. You spend your whole life creating meaning. I spend mine exposing it. Maybe we're both trapped. The difference is that when I look at the cage, I can actually see the bars.
You know, I've always thought that every person
Yeah, but what's the
lives by
point whenever you
faith.
can't get
That's
out?
a strange opening.
Is it?
And go
A
back
little.
to the very
Usually
beginning, and then
people
you
start
start
by
this
telling
argument
me
all
I'm
over up again.
wrong.
Like they
You're
said, it's
starting
gonna
by
keep
sounding
going
like a
into a circle
fortune
because
cookie.
you're
Think
just
about
trying
it.
to twist it.
Every important decision you make involves uncertainty. Trusting someone, loving someone, forgiving someone, believing tomorrow is worth getting out of bed for.
Yeah, and?
And yet people take those leaps every day.
And that's my point. People are placing trust in things with no real foundation.
My point is that certainty isn't required for belief.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's why people believe ridiculous things.
Including you.
What the hell are you trying to say?
You believe suffering reveals the truth about people. You believe meaning is an illusion. You believe the worst parts of life tell the most honest story.
Because I've seen enough to reach that conclusion.
Or because you've chosen to have faith in that conclusion.
Hold on. Oh my God.
Yeah, I kind of saw
I
where
think I just
Daredevil was going with
realized
that.
where
Yeah,
you're
I could
going
see
with
how.
this.
Did you?
Are you seriously trying to sneak religion into this debate?
I said faith.
Are you serious? Of all the ways to push back against the idea that society manufactures illusions to keep people in
Yeah,
line,
but
you
if you
chose
believe
the
in something, it
original
helps
illusion?
you
The biggest one?
direct
The
your
one that's
path, I
been
guess.
keeping people in line since the beginning? You're actually doing that?
Joker, we live in a world where people have superpowers, where creatures emerge from other dimensions, where reality-defying things happen every
Where
day.
literal
And you find it
gods
so hard to
exist.
believe there could be an original order built into the universe, one in which good and
Can we
evil
get
You
the
are
have
next
real.
Trigon
debater,
in your
please?
world.
I might be crazy, but I'm not crazy enough to debate imaginary friends.
So that's all it takes? Mention God, and the man who claims to have figured everything out runs from the argument?
Fine. Let's say you're right.
Because he has no
Let's
answer
say
for him.
there is a God. Let's say he decides what's good and bad. Why should that matter to me?
Because if that's true, then morality isn't something we invented.
That's where you're wrong. Even if God exists, all you've done is move the source of authority higher up. You still haven't explained why I should obey
You don't
it.
find it interesting that your answer to every authority is rebellion?
I find it healthy. Probably the only healthy thing about me, if we're being
Joker keeps
honest.
moving the
I find it
goalpost.
predictable.
Coming from a man of faith,
Your whole argument is that morality doesn't exist. But even when you hypothetically accept that it does, you still pretend your argument holds up.
because it does. The fact that there's someone deciding what's good and bad is no different from any other system imposing its rules.
Now you have a God complex. It's not some guy. It's the greatest power in the universe.
Might makes right. That's your theology. If God defines good
Kind of, yeah.
simply because he has the power to, then he isn't moral. He's just a cosmic bully. You're
But I
kneeling to a
wouldn't say that's
dictator
more of
with
like
a
a cosmic
bigger
It's
bully.
not
fist.
power.
It's just more of
It's
a
design.
unknown
Morality
figure.
is woven into the fabric of
It's not like it's
reality, a
purposely
reflection
doing
of God's nature.
certain things
Opposing
to
it
you.
isn't brave rebellion.
It's part of
It's
the
a
whole free
delusion.
will.
You're trying to breathe underwater and calling it
If
freedom.
God gave humanity free will, knowing we'd build a hell on Earth, then he handed a loaded gun to a toddler. I don't blame the toddler for pulling the trigger. I blame the one who built the gun and called it a
He took the
gift.
risk of love. Humanity builds cages, but
I
we
don't
also
even think it's as
sacrifice,
far as he
love,
built the
and
gun and gave the
forgive.
gun to him. I
You
think it's
only
more
see
of
the
the
prison
child
walls,
built the
but
gun
the
and the
existence
child
of grace
figured out how
is
to use the
proof
gun.
that the light is real.
You're still doing it?
He
Doing
didn't
what?
The speech, the
force you
philosophy,
to create
still
these weapons
expecting
or
people
this
to be impressed.
Oh, people
ideology.
are always impressed,
But you have
Batman.
free will
That's
to
never been the
create it.
problem.
Not by me.
That's
Not
part of the whole
anymore.
free will
I
thing.
spent years taking you seriously, fighting your ideas, trying to disprove them, trying to find the argument that would finally crack you open. I lost sleep over it. I built cases. I did the work. And then one day, I realized something.
That I
Joker
was
just
right.
wants
That
to
there
be
was
broken.
nothing there to disprove.
Go on.
You have no philosophy, Joker. You have a posture. You stand in the wreckage you created, point at it, and say, "See?" I wasn't losing the debate all those years. There was never a debate to lose. You're not a thinker. You're a coward who can't be
Sounds
at
about
peace
right.
with himself unless he convinces the world he's already outsmarted
You
it.
say that, and yet here you are, still talking to me, still showing
Because
up.
the damage you do is real, even if the ideas behind it aren't.
Careful, that almost sounded like a
Yes.
concession.
Let me ask you something.
For sure.
Is there anything at all
His
that
damage
someone
does
could
go
say
long
or
way.
do or prove that would make you change your mind?
I don't think so, no.
Then you don't have an argument. You have a conclusion you decided
I
on
should probably
and dressed
tone
up
it down
as
a little bit.
insight. You can't be reasoned with, not because you're too enlightened, but because you've made yourself unfalsifiable on purpose. It's the oldest trick in the world. Make your position impossible to challenge, and then call everyone else a coward for not seeing what you see.
You talk as if there's something I
Yeah,
could do
I
to
can
make
see.
you change your mind. Is there? Can I prove anything to you? Say anything. Show you something that would make you admit you're wrong.
Yes,
Oh, really?
beat me.
I've beaten.
Actually, beat me. If chaos wins, if order is the real illusion, then it should be able to defeat the man who's dedicated his life to it. So beat me.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. Look at us. Years of this, and Gotham is still exactly what it always was. The crime, the corruption, the misery, it's all still there. You win your little battles, lock me up, feel righteous for a night, and nothing changes. The fact that this fight never ends, that it just keeps going after all
You're gonna
these
say that's
years,
proof.
means I'm not losing.
Or whatever.
It means I'm right. A stalemate between order and chaos
But you're not,
doesn't
because there's
prove
always someone
order
there to
works.
stop you.
It proves chaos can't be
Like I
beaten.
said, you can't have
No.
one without the other.
You've won rounds. There's a difference. Every time I get back up, every time you go back to Arkham, every time we're here again having the same conversation.
And in my
Yeah.
business, that's as good as a win.
And that's
Every
why
night I
sometimes
stop you.
people think that
Someone
you should
gets
do
to
what you
go
need to
home.
do, Batman.
Someone gets to have
You need to put
one more
this
day.
sick dog down for
You
its
call
own
that
good and for
insignificant? I
billions
call
others.
it everything. You want a final victory?
He created
a
the
proof,
injustice world.
a moment where order defeats
Millions
chaos once
gone.
and for all, and the argument is settled? That's not how it works. And deep down, I think you know that. which is why you framed
think
your
everybody
whole
knows that.
worldview around a fight that never ends. Because as long as it never ends, you never have to face what happens if it does.
And what happens if it does?
You lose. Completely. And everything you told yourself, every reason you had for becoming this, turns out to have been a choice. Not fate, not truth, just a choice you made and never took
Yeah.
responsibility for.
I think that's all what it comes down
That's
to is
what you
which
can't
choice
handle.
do you want?
Not me,
Which
not Gotham.
legacy
The
would you like to
possibility that
or
one
leave
day
behind something
you'll
good or
run out
something
of
bad?
chaos to hide behind and have to sit with who you actually are.
And who am I?
I don't know. Neither do you. And that terrifies you more than anything I could ever do to you.
Crazy. That one got deep. Honestly, that got like real deep. I don't even know what to tell you about that one. Um, yeah, no, that was just crazy. I wasn't expecting to get that deep. Um, I understand what Joker's trying to get at, but like Red Hood had told him. Oh, I think it was Red Hood or it was Spider-Man, one of them two. It's kind of just gonna keep going, uh, in kind of like a circle because no matter what you tell Joker, Joker's gonna keep moving that goalpost to make him seem like he knows more than what the others know. Hey, if you're watching this, you made it to the end of the video, and thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, share. It helps my content. And if you would like me to watch something that you would want to watch, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll go ahead and check it out later or something like that. Thank you for watching, and please, please leave a like or a comment or something, some interaction. Thank you again.